Hi, so today we are going to look at gamification in ESL. I'm trying to explore the sustainability of the use of gamification in the long run. So, as teachers, even now, I myself, I'm learning how to use this PowerPoint, recording my voice, trying to make it interactive. Yes, gamification is any form of games that requires students to be actively involved. There is some form of feedback given, collaboration with fellow classmates, points, quizzes, leaderboards, rewards, and yes, it's very fun. It could be an online crossword or puzzle that they have to use because ESL students already are struggling with their language proficiency, and therefore it is definitely a difficult task for them to learn English because it is something very new to them. So gamification has been found to have positive effects, and many research out there has supported that ESL students do improve and do see the improvement in their learning of language in various aspects because of the learning experience provided to them through gamification. So yes, when students perceive learning as fun and enjoyable, they are more likely to be motivated and actively participate in their language learning activities. It's fun, it's joyful, yes, it's as colorful as this slide. So, reviews being done with the gamification outlets such as Kahoot, Quizlet, storytelling, and gameplay in YouTube. Yes, the reviews has been fantastic. Teachers who have used it say thumbs up, 5 star. It is interactive, it is colorful, it's eye-catching, and yes, students do have a level of learning. Some students are motivated to do directed learning, and some students with guidance, yes, they do improve in their English language in terms of speaking, writing, and pronunciation. So overall assumption, gamification is believed to make learning more enjoyable and interactive. I totally agree. Providing students with opportunities to practice and apply their language skills in a meaningful context, yes, I do agree because it is in class, it becomes competitive, and everyone is actually into it. They are trying their best to score as well as the others or better than them. So yes, it's definitely improvement shown for the students. It is also assumed that gamification can create a supportive and collaborative learning environment. Well, I'm not sure about this because normally when games are played in class, it's normally individual, very rarely paired up activities or a group activity. Well, it depends on some games, yes, if it's a storytelling or finishing sentences or filling up the blanks, yes, we can do group them up, but mostly it's individualistic in classroom, and students engage in communicative tasks and interact with their peers. Yes, there is a creativity level increase in the students, and they are able to use what they have learned and seen in these games back into composition writing, essay writing, and so on. So yes, there is definitely improvement shown, definitely supportive of ESL students' learning experiences. However, teachers do agree that gamifications is the best way to engage students, get them started, get them to use words and become creative at primary and lower secondary level. But however, the focus for upper secondary is very different. We are aiming towards O-level style of writing, attempting essay writing, composition writing for IGCSE and IB, and therefore the focus is very different. And gamification has a very little effect on the students because it is more deeper in learning in terms of language, and therefore games don't really have that much of impact. So the engagement level for upper level is lower when gamifications are used. So one issue is the lack of clear guidelines and best practices for designing and implementing gamified activities, especially for upper secondary levels, for older students, matured students, because there is near yes, teachers can actually go into the respective games and do create it for their level of students with different ability, varied learning needs, and so on. But then that would mean a lot of time taken, a lot of resources are needed, and of course, most of the games, if you are going to actually use in a much wider range, you need to pay for it. So again, the cost is involved. And also, without proper guidance, teachers may struggle to effectively integrate gamification elements into their lessons, which can hinder the desired learning outcomes. So, whichever pathway you're coming from, whether it's O level, whether it is international school or IB, ESL is a language that can be examined. As an external component. So the focus is very different, the needs are very different, the outcomes are all different, and therefore gamifications cannot really reach out and supply or complement for all these desires. So, although deep in my heart, yes, with the research out there, yes, while these elements can initially motivate students, definitely it's a platform that can be used at primary school level or even kindergarten and working up towards lower secondary, yes, but unfortunately, it does not foster intrinsic motivation or genuine interest in learning, especially for students who are at upper secondary level. And over time, students may become more focused on earning points or rewards rather than on the actual learning process. So to me, gamification may not be a sustainable element in for ESL students' learning experiences and improvement and motivation and engagement, especially when they move on to upper secondary and above to tertiary level. So it's kind of game over maybe, but yes, it is an area that can be explored further. Thank you.